Damn it. Sorry, gang. I was supposed to show you me installing the coilovers, but I didn't. And I got really slack. But just today what I've done is, and there's a million videos on YouTube, so if you need to know, just look at adjusting coilovers. So basically what you do is this spring, you set it to preload first. So you back off this one here and that one there, and you back it off until your springs are loose and they'll rattle it a little bit. And you tighten them up as far as you can by hand, and then go up about another 5 mil. I haven't gone up too far. I want to see how soft these are before I go too far up, because the tighter you make your spring, the harder it ends up being, like the ride ends up being harder. So I've just got them, relatively tensioned. Down here what I'm doing is, when I got these and put them in, I opened them right up. I put some anti-seize in here, which is recommended so they don't bind up over time and get crud and everything in them. But what I did is I wound them all the way out, wound them into the minimum, because there's a minimum depth mark for this thread. This thread here, inside here, there's a minimum depth mark. There's a gap between the threads. Anyway, I wound it down, and what I did is I wound it back up, and I got it to a point where it was probably about 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters, 3 centimeters below that. So what I'm doing now is, or above that I should say, so when I raised it, the car was sitting just a little bit high at the front. So what I'm doing now is dropping it about 20 mil. And what you do to do that is you back off this one. This one's normally tightened up against your bottom lug here, your bottom mount. Back that off, and then all you need to do is basically, hang on, get my little tool. You get this tool up here on the top one, and you just keep working your way down with the tool. Don't mind me, just trying to find it. They're tricky little buggers. So you just keep working your way back down like that until that lock nut meets the top of the bottom mount. Then you tighten the lock nut up. Take a measurement, and I'll show you. Anyway, hang on. I'll pause this. You don't need to see this crap. Okay, so what I've done is I've wound this down until the lock nuts contacted the bottom strut mount. Then tighten that up. So now it's tightened. Then what I'll do is I'm going to take a measurement from here to here. Go over to the other side where I've pre-tensioned the spring on the other side, and I measured this before I did that, so both springs have got the same tension. I'll go over to the other side now, wind the other strut down, make sure that the measurement between this top lock nut and the bottom lock nut are the same, and that'll be just about right. So anyway, see you soon. Okay, so we've done the other side. As I said, I pre-tensioned the spring, took a measurement between the bottom and the top, then I lowered the other side. So what's going to happen now is I've got this uber scientific measuring instrument here that I've engineered myself. And what I'll do is just let that sit on the top of there, go to there. You'll see how far I have to screw that back down into the shaft. So it'll be about that much, which is about 1.5 centimeters, 2 centimeters, I guess. 1.5 centimeters, 2 centimeters, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch. Anyway, let's see what happens. Give me a minute, because I can't hold the phone and do this in one hand, and I'm a poor YouTube videographer. Anyway, in a minute. Okay, so what I've done now is I've backed off that lock nut. I've screwed it up until my uber scientifically accurate measuring device is just underneath that lock nut like that, sitting on top of that one. Now I'll screw the entire thing back down using that lock nut. You screw down anti-clockwise, the spring pushes down the entire shaft here. This threaded shaft screws down into the mount. So I'll do that and I'll get back down. Another thing I'd recommend is getting yourself some anti-seize grease and just putting some on the threads down the bottom here where it drops down into the mount, because when the time comes and you want to adjust them again, you don't want these threads to have bound together too much. So yeah, put some anti-seize inside the shaft. I forgot to do it on the other side, and no doubt I'll drop the wheels off it again after I've taken it for a test drive, jack it up, back it off again, put some anti-seize in it, and then do it all again. But that's usually the way I roll. All right, hang on a sec, I'll just get this finished. Righto, so that's locked down. Once they're locked down, and that one's locked in, whack your wheels back on, drop it down, take it for a test run, see if it's all right, and if you don't like it, then play with it and adjust it again until you're comfortable with it. It's you don't have to go out buying new springs and new shock absorbers and stuff like that. You just adjust this to where the ride's comfortable and high enough where you want it, which is brilliant. And considering that you can buy a full set of these for only about $100 more than a set of OEM fronts, non-adjustable, then yeah, it's a no-brainer really, isn't it? All right, gang, have fun now.